Hi Aquarius, this is going to be your reading for March 2025. No, it's 2026. Let me say that again. This is your reading for March 2026, Aquarius. If this resonates with you, please like, subscribe, share, comment. If it doesn't, check your moon or rising because you could be in that energy as well. Just a reminder, these are general readings, so just take what resonates and leave the rest. How I do my readings is I'll start with the Angel Oracle Guide here. I'll move on to traditional tarot and then back to Oracle at the end. All right, let's get started. So your message for this month of March is transformation. You are ready to move beyond the energies or situations that are no longer helpful to you, to make space in your life for something more purposeful. You may feel a real need for clearing out at this time, not just physically, but mentally and spiritually too. As you remove the clutter and debris from your world, you welcome the energy of transformation. Like a butterfly emerging from its cocoon, you are ready to move beyond the previous limitations of your life. You are moving away from stagnancy or feeling like you're being held back, or taking the heavy energies of your life and making them light, so that you can fully embrace who you were born to be. When this card appears, angels are acknowledging the emotional and physical transformations that have taken place in your life. They can see how more clearly now that you have released the old and fusty thoughts and situations. There is a feeling of renewal now, but you're moving into a space where you are more comfortable than ever with who you are. You have a spark of splendor burning in the depths of your being, and this spark is creating positive and loving experiences for you now. It's a time to enjoy the benefits of your commitment to your growth. Ooh, a nice card to get here, Aquarius. Let me just pull some cards and see. And then just take a moment, I'll feel the energy. All right. Aquarius, this energy that I'm feeling with this month of March for you, it's like moving away from some of this pain or some of this pain from the past that we might have been holding on to and moving into kind of this new space of light. And I feel like there's energy here of people helping you with that. And I feel like that's what you're kind of transmuting or transforming right now. Because I have the Three of Wands coming out in your main energy in reverse. And when that energy comes out, it just means we have to kind of go back to the drawing board a bit, or time to start over on something here. And it has something to do with this heartache or pain that we might be feeling with this Three of Swords energy. This is sorrow, this is grief, this is loss. And with the World card in the reverse here, it's like we're not allowing that kind of cycle to complete. We're not seeing that as something that has already happened or something happening in the past for us here. So it feels like we're kind of carrying something along. Maybe there's something that's really heavy on our heart right now, Aquarius, and we're kind of bringing that forward or bringing that into the present moment. It might have been something to do with someone being lost here. I do have the Two of Cups in the reverse. This could be an old relationship. This could be a loved one, a family member, any energy like that, because it's the Two of Cups. It doesn't have to be romantic. It just means someone that we were attached to here. So maybe you are grieving the loss of someone close to you, the loss of a relationship, loss of a partnership here, and that's kind of weighing heavy on your heart. But there's a new cycle that feels like it wants to start here for you, and this transformation is what we're kind of talking about in that cycle, right? We have that transformation card coming out. They're trying to transmute some of this old energy, some of the sad energy, some of this energy of pain here, and transmute it into light and bring in, right, this happiness with the Sun card coming out here. The Sun card is just that kind of childlike joy, enthusiasm, excitement, happiness. And it feels like, again, we're working through these cycles of energy, and we're working through that pain that we might be feeling here, and really kind of transforming it and moving into this new space of kind of light in March, it feels like. for you. I do have the King of Cups coming out sideways, I have the Eight of Wands coming out sideways, and I have the Four of Wands coming out sideways. And if you've ever been to my readings before, you know that I take the cards out sideways as they appear. And the cards that being out sideways here, they mean that there's choice involved. So it feels like we have this kind of really balanced energy coming in here for you. And it might be kind of on a delay, or it might be coming in quick, because energy can go either way with this. So I feel like there's this new emotional beginning for you, or if it's not emotional beginning, it's someone coming in to help you out with their emotions, or someone that is kind of more emotionally balanced than you are. And so this information or this person might come in pretty quickly here, or if it's in the reversed energy, it's coming in a little bit slower. And when it's in reversed energy as well, this person is kind of not coming in right away. But it also feels like this is also for you. You know, the faster it feels like you balance your emotion, the faster messages, energy, and things will come in for you. Okay, so it's like, you know, working on our emotional balance will actually accelerate new opportunities, accelerate things for us here in the future, because I do have the Four of Wands. And this kind of could be, this is my house card, right? And so when it's in the upright, it means like this is returning home, returning maybe to self, returning to, you know, where we grew up, or our foundations, because it's such a foundational card. When it's in the reverse, it's like we're moving away from it. We're moving away from home, leaving home behind. So some of you could be moving, or this could be kind of an emotional move for you, but it seems like you have a lot of help here with the Six of Pentacles. There's energy of charity, there's energy of someone here to help you with that. So maybe it's this, you know, you're seeing someone about your kind of emotional regulation, or you're maybe seeing a therapist, or maybe there's a close friend that is helping you here, or a spiritual teacher that is helping you find that balance in your kind of emotions, find that balance and find your peace in that, so you can kind of leave something behind, so you can kind of go back maybe to your original foundations for yourself. And I feel like that is the kind of transformation that is happening for you, because it's like a new cycle, feels like it's starting for you. And it's like, what can we leave behind? Sorry, my dog took a card, one sec. I'm gonna take it because he grabbed it and he picked it up. But you got storm warning in reverse, which means the storm is moving away, and that is energy that I'm actually pretty feeling for you here, Aquarius. I feel like we are kind of removing those old cycles, removing that kind of holding on to pain here. He's going for another one. Yeah, it feels like removing pain here for you. Sorry for those interruptions, but hey, we got a card out of it, so just gonna pull some more energy for you. They're telling me also cycles of home, something maybe pain related to home life. Yeah. So for the victory card coming out sideways here, which means there can be success, and there can also be failure with this here. So I have this Ten of Cups in the reverse here as well, and the Ten of Cups in reverse is kind of the unhappy family card. And so I feel like there's maybe some family stuff or some family trauma that you might be working on, or wanting to kind of work on right now, that has to do with this kind of pain. Again, there's a lot of like home life energy that's popping up here for you, and I feel like a lot of this home life energy is what we're kind of working through, or what we're working on. So some of you might be working through family traumas right now. And I have this Nine of Cups coming out in reverse, and talking about vices, right? It's like when we're not feeling emotionally fulfilled, when we're not feeling, you know, satisfied emotionally, it's like, what vices do we turn to here? So it feels like there's a lot of energy here of how we used to deal with things, especially emotionally, how we kind of dealt with pain, and how we're going to kind of deal with it in this new cycle moving forward. I do have the King of Wands coming out sideways here as well. So it's like, are we going to... This is like such a creative energy for you, Aquarius. This is such you know, a light energy. This is such a very talented energy, very creative, very driven. But it's coming out sideways. again with your reading. So lots of choices coming out here for you on how we kind of see things and how we have kind of perspective on things. But it coming out sideways here, it kind of feels like to me, it's like, how are we going to use this? You know, how are we going to let this pain kind of debilitate us from expressing ourselves, from our creativity, because we just kind of think of the negative all the time? Or are we going to use it in the positive? Are we going to use it as our driver? Are we going to use it as our, you know, creative force? Are we going to create from this pain? Are we going to create from this kind of trauma here, from yourself? And I feel like there's this energy of feeling like we kind of got something taken away from us here, and maybe this is what you're kind of feeling with this unhappy card, or this family kind of situation for yourself. But just know with this kind of King of Swords, I don't really feel like something's being taken away from you in this sense, but I feel like it's more of like how we're going to kind of use that, how we're going to kind of communicate that, how are we going to be kind of honest with that here, how we're going to communicate that, how we're going to be honest with that here. Because I do have the King of Swords popping out and the Queen of Wands in the upright. So it feels like a little bit more of not feeling like you've been cheated from something or something's been taken away from you, but in the sense of it's like, how do we kind of create? How do we communicate? How do we kind of be an elder in these situations? Because you do have so many suit cards here. So it's talking about kind of maturity. It's kind of talking about being more present, being more open. This is kind of older energy. So maybe this is also maybe a mother-father figure, because I do have the King of Wands and Queen of Wands. So King of Swords, so fire sign or air sign. Maybe some of this pain from, but it's like, how have we kind of accumulated that, and how are we going to bring it forward? You know, how are we going to not let us tie us down anymore? How are we not going to let our, you know, our pain or our hurt really be our driver? And how we kind of can transform that, it feels like, in this energy for you in March. And that's kind of what you're discovering. It's like, how do I kind of take this pain and how do I turn it to light? And there might be something that you want to create or something that you want to do in this month. Maybe it's like writing a story, writing a film, starting to journal, you know, starting to have gratitude, starting to do releasing exercises here to release some of that energy. I'm just getting this kind of creative buzz around you in this month of March here as well. So it's like, how are we going to use that strategically? You know, how are we going to be like, you know, this is my story, this is where I come from, and this is kind of, I'm vocalizing it, I'm using it now instead of letting it kind of control me here. Some of you, it feels like with the Seven of Wands, there might be battling some energy right now. You might be battling sometimes your inner thoughts. Sometimes you could be battling other people here, because people be like, what are you doing? There's some energy of you wanting to restart something here or start over with this Page of Pentacles. This is kind of like replanting, right? Starting over, replanting energy. And some people might be like, why are you doing that? You know, why are you starting over on this? Or why are you transforming into kind of a new aspect of your life? But it's just like, there's something else that wants to be created. There's something else that you want to kind of nurture here, Aquarius. It feels like with this Page of Pentacles in the reverse, because you're like, that didn't really work out for me. That is, you know, maybe I wanted this kind of seed to grow. I wanted this idea to work out, but it's not working out for me anymore. So how can I pivot and how can I change? And some people are going to see that change as like, why are you doing that here? But just know that this takes time to change. I have the Hangman coming out in reverse, which is kind of like feeling like anticipation, or feeling like, you know, you have to go right now, but something's not ready yet. So it just feels like there needs to be a little bit more of an energy change. You need to kind of reflect and release a little bit more before we can kind of get started on this new. And it feels like it's going to be, again, more creative energy coming out for you with this Knight of Wands. There's going to be this new kind of passion that is being made for you. And I'm seeing this almost like, I am seeing this kind of seed right now. And it's like you're in the seedling stage before you kind of sprout. So allow that time for you in this month of March to have that kind of seedling moment, to have that time to just be like, hey, I'm incubating right now. You know, it's like this idea of like, I'm going to sprout, it's okay, but right now I'm just working on that growing, that slow process of moving out of this old energy and moving into this new. And it keeps showing me that seed to that sprout, right? And it's like, it's something starts, you feel so tiny, but then it just kind of sprouts right up and grows and grows and grows. And that's where it kind of feels like you're at the stage of right now in March, Aquarius, is this kind of growing stage and this kind of transmuting stage, right? It's like changing, I don't know, changing forms, it kind of feels like too, to be honest here. It's like you're changing who you are, who you're kind of supposed to be. And that's what this kind of seed is that is growing into this plant, right? It's like this little seed, it's always meant to be this beautiful, gorgeous, big plant, but it's got to start out small, you know? It's got to start out as, you know, I'm just going to water this and I'm going to wait, and it's going to be in the ground and it's going to incubate a little bit here. So if you feel like things aren't moving forward for you right now, it could be that you're just in an incubation time, right? We're working on the energy first here so that we can kind of start out fresh in this new cycle, that we can kind of move away from some of this old pain that we might have been latching onto and move into something exciting and happy. The end of a tough cycle approaches. Right, that's what we were kind of talking about here as well. Don't worry, again, like I said before, things are happening for you. Things are about to blossom and grow, so just trust that. If you feel like life's just been tough constantly recently, I feel like there's some new hope coming in for you here. Ooh, you got 2. So you have open your heart. I'll read that for you. Just gotta see the numbers. Sorry, Aquarius 10. You got 2, so I'll read both of them. The truth of our world and nature and environment is love. This eternal love that makes no demands, has no expectations, and does not place limits or conditions on us. There's an opportunity for each and every person to experience love at the deepest level if they are willing to be open. Love can and will flow into your heart, but only if you allow it. It will change your perception, nature, and hold you, and even give you the strength to endure hardship. Take a moment to open your heart and allow love to bring you joy, serenity, and renewed energy. The Sun. Renewed energy, passion, which we're talking about with all the wands energy here, and total, unrelenting happiness. The Sun card there as well. Why aren't you allowing yourself to be happy here, Aquarius? That might be a question that you should ask yourself. You know, why am I not allowing myself to feel this? You know, what is stopping me? What are these old blocks that are trying to keep me in that place? You also show your support. Take time to encourage a colleague, coworker, family member, or friend. Be a strong shoulder and a willing volunteer to run errands. Provide a safe space for another's concerns and feelings to be discussed, and to be a good listener. Jump in on providing extra time. Sponsor, not censor, someone else's work. Share in someone else's success. The 6 of Pentacles. This might be asking you to be charitable as well. All of nature continually shows us the value in creating a strong network. The trees provide shelter and support for many different inhabitants. We are a community, and we support each other in everyone's gains. So it sounds like you're also asking to be a little bit of the person that gives back this month here as well. So you might be looking into charity work or looking out to help someone else here. But I really see like you're sprouting into this, as I said, this kind of mature energy, or this matron energy of this being, of being someone that's kind of really high in their ranks, with this kind of King of Wands, with this Queen of Wands, with this King of Swords. There's something about with this level up, with this transformation, you're going to be really seen as someone who's kind of at the top of their game, or has gone through a lot, and can bring wisdom back here, Aquarius. So this is all great for you. I feel like you're moving into this new cycle here, so I hope that helped.